From the Cardinal Television Studios, I'm Adelisa Badzik with your Fisher News Brief. The friends, family, and supporters of Tyre Nichols came together Wednesday to hold a celebration of his life just weeks after his fatal encounter with police. This tragedy, just the latest to shine a spotlight on police brutality. Ivan Rodriguez reports from Memphis.
A Memphis community comes together in mourning.
We long to not be here in this moment, in this way, for this reason.
Celebrating the life of Tyre Nichols.
A good person, a beautiful soul, a son, a father.
In attendance, Vice President Kamala Harris, civil rights leaders, and the families of others who died at the hands of police.
I'm here to stand in solidarity with the family.
Memphis police officers beat, tased, and pepper sprayed Nichols during a traffic stop on January 7th. Nichols died from his injuries 3 days later. The encounter captured on camera.
This violent act was not in pursuit of public safety.
5 former Memphis police officers are facing second-degree murder charges in connection with his death. Prosecutors say they're looking at everyone involved and believe firmly in their case.
We're confident that we'll be able to prove every element of every of those offenses charged to a jury beyond a reasonable doubt.
Civil rights leaders now demanding action, accountability, and change nationwide in the face of yet another death of a black person at the hands of law enforcement.
I don't know when, I don't know how, but we won't stop until we hold you accountable and change this system.
In Memphis, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The murder trial for a Florida teen is set to start Monday after a judge rejected a defense motion to delay the start. Aiden Fucci, now 16, is accused of killing his 13-year-old schoolmate, Tristan Bailey, in 2021. Her body was found on Mother's Day near the neighborhood where they both lived. She had been stabbed to death. Fucci was 14 at the time. He is being tried as an adult. If convicted, he could be sentenced to life in prison. Since he is a juvenile, he can't receive the death penalty.
Under the advice of my counsel and for all of the above reasons, I respectfully decline to answer the questions under the rights and privileges afforded to every citizen under the United States Constitution.
Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, is reacting to a deposition video showing the former president invoking the Fifth Amendment more than 400 times. The video from the New York Attorney General's office was recorded in August as part of its investigation of Trump over hush money payments made during the 2016 presidential campaign. Cohen was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2018 for crimes that included arranging the payments. His testimony to Congress about Trump's business practices helped initiate the New York AG investigation. On Wednesday, Cohen called the former president a fool and says Trump repeated invoking of the Fifth is expected.
Donald cannot keep track of the lies that he tells, and so what better way than to stop a fool from being deposed and hurting himself further than to tell him to plead the Fifth at least 400 times.
Cohen said he has turned over his cell phones to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office as part of the office's investigation into the hush money payments. The footballs for the Super Bowl are being made at a Wilson Sporting Goods in Ada, Ohio. The manager there says a lot of work goes into making the footballs, and it's all done by people, not machines. From cutting the leather to the sewing process, and then lacing and molding the footballs. They finished them Monday, the day after the playoff games. They stamped the footballs with the names and shipped them to Arizona where the big game will be played on February 12th. Each team gets 108 balls, 54 for practice and 54 for the game. They also get 12 K-balls used for kicking plays. The Wilson footballs are not any ordinary ball though. They are loaded with special technology, a sensor that measures all kinds of stats. Wilson says it makes hundreds of thousands of footballs for all levels every year. Employees at the Ada, Ohio plant also do final testing for basketballs for the NBA, the WNBA, and the G League.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good.
It's official. Legendary quarterback Tom Brady says he is retiring after 23 seasons in the NFL. The 7-time Super Bowl champion posted a 53-second video on social media Wednesday morning announcing the news. Brady thanked his family, friends, teammates, and competitors. The 45-year-old initially retired in February of last year, but that decision didn't last long. and he returned for one more season as quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady played a total of 3 years with the Bucs, leading the team to a Super Bowl victory in 2021. He previously spent 20 years with the New England Patriots, leading them to 6 championships. A police chase becomes a race against a speeding train, and a liquid metal robot goes from solid to solid again. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
A tense police chase quickly turned into a harrowing train track rescue, and it was all caught on camera. It started when, during a routine traffic stop, police say a suspect stole an Atlanta officer's patrol vehicle.
Get out of the car! Here! 1410, someone just got in my patrol car.
The suspect fled in a high-speed joyride, but was quickly spotted by a police chopper before losing control and flipping the patrol car, coming to rest in the worst possible place, on train tracks. Active train tracks, to be clear. As officers moved in to help the driver, they quickly realized a moving train was bearing down on all of them. With just seconds to spare, the cops pulled the suspect from the wreck, saving his life before taking him into custody.
They just saved that man's life, for sure.
Watch a tiny metal shape-shifting robot go amazingly from solid form to liquid and then back to solid again. The microbot, part of a research study into metal microparticles, is made from gallium, which has a low melting point and is embedded with magnetic particles, allowing scientists to move, melt, and stretch the robot. Despite the fact that the demo is a reference to the 1991 film Terminator 2, believe it or not, the microbot was not inspired by the liquid metal movie villain, but instead, researchers say, by jelly-like sea cucumbers. The study's authors say the shape-shifting metal could be used in surgeries, using another demo to show the bot removing a foreign object from a fake stomach. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
That's it for today's news. For Fisher News Brief, I'm Adelisa Badzik.